Yesterday I made a video about a trend that I saw starting to repeat itself in the Bitcoin chart, and I compared the peak or the boom we had in December last year to what is happening right now. And I showed you, as you can see on the screen here right now, I showed you these ever increasing in steepness angles of the Bitcoin price. And I compared it to what happened in December last year and the similarities. And I said, I'm pretty sure that we're getting a repeat of exactly the same pattern. And at the end of, or somewhere in that video, I said, the only place we can go now, in my opinion, is almost vertical, because we were approaching vertical from there anyway. Well, this is what the chart looked like when I made that video yesterday, roughly. Let me just increase this in size a little bit. Um, it looked roughly like that. And then just after I made that video, this is what happened. It wasn't immediately, but it was within a couple of hours of the video. This is what happened. Now, I didn't predict this to happen as soon as it did. I didn't think it would happen this quickly, and I didn't think we'd get such massive jumps in price. But it has happened. And although it's fantastic to see, it is totally unexpected. But I don't see any negatives about it. I can't find any reason for it not to keep doing this. I wouldn't call it a problem. It's a nice problem to have. But there doesn't seem to be any indications that we are going to see a price drop from this. Every gain that it has made in the last couple of days, at least, it has maintained those gains and maybe even slowly increased in between the big gains, which is a fantastic sign. It's telling us that the weak hands are basically being flushed out now. Nobody is, well, not nobody, but very few people are willing to just sell now. People are not despondent anymore. They're not worried about losing what little they have put into it because they have lost so much of their value and everything else. The people who have Bitcoin now are wanting to hold on to it. And the only way that other people are going to get Bitcoin if they want it is to offer higher prices. And this is what's happening. Big rises like this and a spike in volume like that can only be big investors putting in a fair amount of money and buying up a huge chunk of Bitcoin at a time. But if this was just a fluke and somebody, or there was one or two buyers that wanted a lot of Bitcoin quickly and were willing to pay a bit more for it, we would have seen the price drop after this. It hasn't. It has basically maintained the price, and now we're seeing some gains again. This is looking extremely good. We do have a couple of resistance levels coming up, and I'll show you them now. But I don't see this trend stopping now until we reach $10,000 within the next couple of days. I would say the next 3-4 days. Yeah, at 3 or 4 days, I think we're probably going to be here in the 8 to 10,000 range by the end of the month, at least 8 to 10,000, and then possibly we should see a little bit of a sell-off and a price drop, but not much. I don't think it's going to be dropping by much, and I don't think it'll stay down long. It's going to go back up again. As you can see, I'm wearing gloves on my one hand. I can't wear it on the other because I'm working my mouse, and my phone, the touch screen doesn't work through the gloves. But it is very cold here at the moment this morning, and frost all over, and I'm freezing. So yeah, bear with me and my gloves. Let me just go to a one-day chart. And let's just get it to scale. And that's my phone. Somebody's messaging me. But we can just hold on with that. Okay. As you can see, we had this resistance level that I showed you yesterday. We've touched on it. We've come down and basically touched it there. We didn't come too close, and we came pretty close here. And now we've had this very nice rise that we're seeing now. Our next resistance level, in my opinion, is this level here, which is still way up. We're looking at, what is that? Almost right at $10,000, which I said in the beginning. I think that is our next resistance level. We might see a little bit of a sell-off from there and then carry on going up. Our next resistance level will be this one at, what is it, 11,400 odd. And then obviously the next one is up at 20,000, right at the top there, or yeah, those two, but basically at 20,000. So this is looking extremely positive. I'm really confident that Bitcoin has seen the bottom, which was at this point here. I'm confident that we are now starting the next bull run. Although we've been, in my opinion, we've been in a bull market all this time. I don't think it's been a bear market. It's just been a bit of a sell-off happening and a hell of a lot of manipulation over the last 6 months. It's been incredible. So it's not quite been a natural chart. There's been a lot of manipulation, and the Mt. Gox thing really screwed us up, the chartists anyway, the guys who really know what they're doing, not us amateurs. I just resigned myself to the fact that the charts were being manipulated and waited for some normality to set in so that my very rudimentary skills could be put to the test. And well, I think we are heading for some decent prices, and people should look to keep an eye out around between 8 and 10,000. I would say closer to 10,000 for a reversal, and then I think it would be time to maybe take some profits, but not until then. I think there's a little bit of gas in the tank, and we are going to see some decent prices still before we see a drop. So hang in there. It's looking very good. I will catch you in the next video if anything drastic happens. In the meantime, let's get out there and make some bucks.